If you were handed a map with a tiny chain of islands sitting alone in the middle of the ocean, no roads, no towns, just endless blue, would you go? Because hidden far beyond the Florida Keys is one of America's most isolated and mysterious national parks. A place where history, shipwrecks, and untouched nature collide in a way that feels almost unreal. Welcome to Dry Tortugas National Park, a forgotten paradise at the edge of the Gulf of Mexico. Most national parks welcome you with signs, highways, and visitor centers. But Dry Tortugas? You can only arrive by boat or seaplane, and the journey itself feels like entering another world. Located 70 miles west of Key West, this remote park is made up of 7 small islands, surrounded by crystal-clear turquoise water that seems to glow under the sun. As you approach, the first thing you see is something surprising. A massive brick fortress rising out of the ocean. It doesn't look real, but it is. Fort Jefferson, the floating fortress sitting atop Garden Key, is the enormous Fort Jefferson, one of the most ambitious coastal fortifications ever built by the United States. Construction began in 1846, using over 16 million bricks hauled across the ocean to this remote location. But here's the twist. The fort was never finished, and it never fired a single shot in battle. So why build a gigantic fortress in the middle of nowhere? Because the waters surrounding the Dry Tortugas were once one of the busiest shipping lanes in the Americas. Controlling this area meant controlling trade, and the U.S. wanted to protect those routes from pirates, enemies, and rivals. Fort Jefferson became a powerful naval outpost, a supply base, and later, a military prison. Its most famous prisoner? Dr. Samuel Mudd, the physician who treated John Wilkes Booth after the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. He spent years inside these walls under harsh conditions before eventually receiving a pardon. Today, as you walk through the fort's massive corridors, echoing archways, and empty casemate rooms, you can almost feel the stories that still linger in the air. The clearest waters in the Keys. But beyond the fortress lies a natural world that feels untouched by time. Dry Tortugas National Park is home to thriving coral reefs, protected sea turtle nesting grounds, a huge variety of tropical fish, and some of the clearest water in North America. The visibility here can reach up to 100 feet, making it a dream location for snorkeling. You can glide above colorful coral gardens, swim alongside graceful sea turtles, and explore the remains of shipwrecks scattered across the reef. One of the most popular stops is the Windjammer wreck, a 19th century iron-hulled sailing ship that now rests peacefully under the waves, covered in marine life. A sanctuary for birds. Dry Tortugas is also one of the most important birdwatching destinations in the entire Caribbean region. More than 300 species stop here during migration, turning the islands into a living, flapping, chirping sanctuary. Most famous is Bush Key, the only nesting site in the U.S. for the sooty tern. Every year, tens of thousands of birds fill the sky, so many that the sound is like a soft, continuous roar. Because of this fragile ecosystem, certain islands are closed to visitors during nesting season, protecting the thousands of species that rely on this natural refuge. A night sky like nowhere else. When the final ferry leaves and the day visitors disappear, Dry Tortugas transforms. If you're one of the few people who camp overnight on Garden Key, the sky opens into a panorama of stars so bright it almost feels impossible. No light pollution, no noise, just the sound of distant waves, a gentle breeze, and a sky full of constellations reflecting on the ocean. It's one of the rarest experiences you can have in any national park. Dry Tortugas is more than just beauty and history. It's a reminder of how fragile and valuable remote ecosystems are. It protects endangered coral reefs, critical bird migration routes, historic structures, rare marine habitats, and one of the last untouched tropical environments in the United States. Few places on Earth blend human history and wild nature so perfectly. If you enjoyed exploring Dry Tortugas National Park with us, make sure you check out our full collection of playlists, from hidden beaches to crystal caves, deserts, harbors, and colorful landscapes. There's a world of stories waiting for you. And if you'd like more incredible journeys like this, don't forget to subscribe and join us again for our next adventure.